Bobbing along, sweet song.
Oh.
There'll be no more
More something
when you know
long.
Wake up, wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed. Cheer up, the sun is
will eat you.
red. Love, laugh and be happy.
Da da da. Okay, are we ready, Iggy? Have you been recording? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good day to you. Welcome to Wholehearted Living with
Valerie
and Bennie.
Thank you for being here, my friend.
Yes, we're glad you're here with us. We have all kinds of things to talk about. This is our last guidepost.
It is. This is guidepost 10. If you're following along, we have been doing every single guidepost per week, and we're at 10.
From the book called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. And so the point of the book is essentially she was looking into folks that she believes were living wholeheartedly. We actually stole our title, Wholehearted Living, from the book.
And do you remember when I said I wanted to do it? And you go, I don't like that.
Yeah,
name.
but that's because you didn't say wholehearted living. You said living wholeheartedly. And I didn't like that. And so I was like, but I do like this.
Yeah.
So that was mo better.
Mo better.
But the thing that was interesting is that she didn't just decide this on her own. She found people that she believed to be living wholeheartedly and experiencing joy and all those things that we all would like to have, and came up with 10 guideposts. So we have done all 9 of those now.
Yeah.
And now we're on our 10th one. If you're watching on YouTube, yes, we're wearing the same clothes.
We have decided to switch it up a bit just to make it a little bit easier on us. We're going to record 2 podcasts each week, and then take a week off, and then but they'll still you'll still be getting them every week.
Yeah, you'll be still getting them every week.
Still getting them.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, I have to tell you something that happened.
I want to tell you something first, because
I'm gonna tell you something.
off camera or off mic. I want to tell you this because Patty is listening. We in California. I don't know who else does this. Maybe other places. I know some states don't, but we did our time change last week.
Arizona and Hawaii don't. Okay. I don't know of anybody
it's
else.
just those 2? Okay. So we sprung forward. Therefore, we lost an hour's sleep. And for me, I don't feel it so much. I'm not going to lie.
I don't even understand that. Why does anybody? It's one day. We don't lose an hour's sleep for the rest of daylight savings.
I know. It does affect some people. I understand that it does for some reason.
If you go to bed at midnight, it does affect people. Yeah. Don't go to bed at midnight.
Right. And I know because you know,
I don't understand.
You know what's going to happen. So
go to
you
bed
go to bed
an hour
early. Right.
Call the cops.
But anyway, let's just say this.
Okay.
What if we decide to spring forward on a Friday at 4 p.m. Therefore, you're already...
We missed dinner.
You're at 5 p.m. and you get to go home from work early. That's a good idea, right? Nobody loses sleep. You're all of a sudden at 5 p.m. and the night goes on and nothing changes in terms of your sleep pattern.
So much better.
I love that idea. I'm going to present it to the President of the United States.
Because the president makes that decision. He's like, holy crap, that Valerie's got an idea. Let's sign it into law.
But it is a good idea. Why are we doing it in the middle of the night?
Because it's not that easy. Because you're talking about different, you have to deal with all kinds of different schedules. So to do what you just said is crazy. The reason why they do it in the middle of the night is because it has very little interruption to anybody's schedule.
Okay, just back, rewind. Let's just do it at 4 o'clock on a Friday.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about anybody's schedules. That's just the way it has to.
That's just the way it has to be. So I actually don't understand the lack of sleep thing. I will say I absolutely love waking up. I did hear somebody for the first time say something that made sense to me. Because regarding this, because I didn't understand why people would ever want to have it darker. Why would you want to have it darker earlier?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Well, it's not about the darker earlier. It's about the fact that people, they want the morning to have sunlight. Now, what's weird about that for me is I never wake up when there's sunlight.
Same.
I wake up always when it's dark.
Right.
So it's really, really rare that I wake up when there's light. So for me, it makes no difference that we spring forward, go back, because I wake up in the dark always. But what they were saying is that, is it called circadian rhythm?
Circadian rhythm.
Circadian rhythm is when people wake up, they expect to see light. And so when we do what we just did, it's darker. And so therefore people wake up.
Because I still go to that. No, it really does. Because, well, okay, I guess it depends where you are on the earth. Because all I'm saying is that when we fall backwards, it's really dark in the morning, and then eventually it starts getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And then we spring forward and it's kind of dark again. So the reason I can see this in my head is because I go to the gym at 5:45 in the morning. When I get done at 6 p.m., or I'm sorry.
She works out for 12 hours a day, folks. She is going to be running for...
When I get done at 7 a.m., it's light outside. So I don't know what time they want the sun to rise.
Okay, but my wife wants to say something. What are you going to say? Why is the face?
This is a very hard time change for me.
I know. That's when you said it. I don't know why it bothers people, because she had just said that.
It takes me like 3 weeks for my body to readjust to this one.
Well, it's the alcohol, sweetheart. That's another conversation.
I do like the whiskey.
I'm just kidding.
No, but I agree.
Really
I hear you.
This one is a really hard one for me. And then I will say that I liked that it was getting light earlier, and then now it's getting dark. Well, I walk my dog at like 5:30 in the morning around this neighborhood, and
you like the light.
I like the light because it makes me feel a little safer.
Of course.
Right.
When it's dark, I don't feel as safe.
I know,
and
but
I don't walk as long.
But let me ask you this, though. Don't you love that it's lighter later in the day?
Well, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I want both.
I know,
Okay.
right?
So you can move to the equator. That's just one thing that was really funny the one thing that was funny for us is we lived in Ecuador. Ecuador, mis amigos. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hi.
Woo! Okay. What's funny is that in Ecuador, first of all, they don't change time. And because you're on the equator, every single day the sun goes down around 6 p.m. and every day it comes up about 6 a.m. It doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Right.
It never changes. That's the way it is.
Well, and I wish that we
equator.
could just keep it like this, to be honest with you. And to Patty's point, yes, it is a little bit darker when I go to the gym in the morning, because it was starting to get a little bit light.
Yeah.
Prior to the time change, but in a few weeks it will still get a little bit lighter.
It continually the days get longer. Because the days get longer.
Yes.
Because what's funny is that because I walk early, and so when I walk early, it was fun that you could see the sunrise and all that kind of stuff. But wait, I have to tell you a story about Ecuador. Okay, so the first time after living there for a year and a half, we went to Boise, Idaho. Was one of the first places we went.
I like how you say that, Boise.
Boise.
I say Boise. I say Boise.
Boise. Yeah. Well, that's the alcohol. Okay. So then, the Boise. So anyway, we went there, which is farther north, so they have longer days. Well, what was so funny is I was so accustomed to the sun going down at 6 o'clock. So we had left Ecuador and we passed through here in LA. I think we actually went to lunch with Mom and Dad and jumped right back on a plane to go to Boise. And when we got there, we hung out with these folks and we talked with them. And I was exhausted because we had left early in the morning. I was so tired and it was still light out. And I said to the guy, I know it's early, man, but I think I got to go to bed because I'm just tired. He goes, Benny, it's 10:30. It was 10:30 at night. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm going to bed. What's your problem?
Well, and that's funny. I can't tell you where Kylie was
I know it's
in
funny.
the
That's why I
world.
told you.
When Kylie traveled with her Disney Cruise Line, there was times that she would text me and send me a picture. I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. But why are you texting me so late? Aren't you tired? Like, when was this picture taken? She goes, I literally just took it. And it was probably 9:30 at night and the sun was still out. Yeah,
That's
it was
fun.
like barely sunset. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been our cruise because we had that same thing. So I have to tell you another story. totally off the subject. Okay, can we get off daylight savings time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but can we just do it at Friday and 4 p.m.?
Yes, please.
Okay, everybody, send it to your congressman.
Yeah.
Okay. So I fixed my shower. Okay, our shower. I told you I was changing subjects. Why are you giving the face?
Because you said this on the last podcast.
I said it for 2 seconds and then you stole.
Okay,
So
go.
I fixed my shower, and what I did was, I told Iggy this story already. Iggy, you want to tell everybody? Okay, yeah. Oh, by the way, hello, Iggy. I'm so sorry. Hello, Iggy. And Iggy, thank you so much for doing what you do. Anyway, so I bought, we have one of those 3-valve shower things, hot, cold, and then the middle thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the middle thing isn't working because every time we put it on shower, water comes down the bottom thing too. And so you see what I'm saying? So it's like filling up the tub at the same time it's in the shower. And so I was like, I got to do something. I went and bought this kit so I can get all 3 valves. And then it came with this tool. And so then what I did was I used the tool, and then I realized I had the wrong kit because it just wasn't the right one. So I was like, and I've been turning off the water and trying to do all this stuff, right? And then I went in and I said, hey, this is the wrong one. And I said, I really need this one, and da-da-da. And they go, well, we don't sell that one in a kit. You have to buy it individually. I go, I can buy it individually. I can only, because all I need is this one.
Yeah.
All I need is this one. And they go, yeah, that's what you can do. So I was like, so I said, okay, great. I can buy that. And by the way, I was turning off the water, and I found out later on I didn't have to turn off the water. All I had to do is keep the water hot and cold off. So that's another story. So then I was like, but here's the problem. I need a certain tool that the kit came with to do it. And so I was like, crap, I don't want to buy the whole tool. And it was in like this plastic bag. I didn't know if they would return it or not. I was like, and it had 6 of the same exact, like different sizes. I'm like, I just need one of them.
Yeah.
And so you know what I did?
You stole it?
No. Yeah. I bought the kit again so I could just use the tool, and then I would return the kit again. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I bought the individual thing. Are you bored of my story? You little shit. Okay. So then I go and I get home and I'm like, okay, good. I'm ready. And you know what? When I returned the first kit, I forgot to put the tool in there. So now I have tool tits. Now I have tool tits. Now I have two tools.
Tits.
Now I have two tools.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Oh my God. I'm going to return both.
I'm so glad you told me that
I'm going to return both. Oh my God. I just snorted.
At any rate.
At any rate.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Where
That
did
was
that go?
15 minutes of your time wasted,
Nothing.
listener.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you guys want to talk about wholehearted living?
Yes. Yes, we do. All right. What's our guidepost number 10?
Our guidepost is cultivating laughter. So there we go.
Hey, I'm exactly on track.
Right? Song, dance, and letting go of being cool and always in control. Did you just love this guidepost?
I know. But
I loved it.
I did actually. I did very much. I hate that. I kind of hated it when I read it in the sense that what I hated is I feel like I'm going to repeat myself. You know what I'm going to say, right?
Yeah, the dancing story. Please don't tell us about Nicole's wedding again.
Exactly. Well, that's the problem is that's what came to my mind immediately.
Okay, so this
guidepost
guidepost did talk about just letting go and not worrying about what people think, so to speak, to sum it up in a way. And it is so true that you want to feel in control, that you don't want people to judge you.
Did you say true? She said, even Iggy's good.
Iggy's like, yep, she said that. Rewind, I want to see. It is so true that you don't. That you sometimes you want to be in control, and you don't want to, and you don't want to know that somebody else is judging you for what you're doing. Okay, here's me. I will. My favorite quote is dance like no one is watching, right? You love like you've never been hurt. You laugh. I mean, I forgot the whole thing, but like dance like
Iggy,
no one
look
is
it
watching.
up. What is it?
But the thing about that quote that always has resonated with me is a lot of times way back in the day, I would get on the dance floor and with like Peter or whatever, and it was be like, oh, he would start dancing, or whoever, even if I was dancing with a girlfriend, and I'm like, no, come back here. You want to be in the middle of the crowd so no one on the outskirts can see you.
Right.
I don't want anybody sitting there watching me. And now I couldn't care less. Like, I could be the first person on the floor. I don't care what people are thinking. I want to dance because I want to have fun, and I'm feeling it, and I don't care what I look like.
Yeah.
And I probably dance worse than I ever have, because back in the day I actually felt like I had rhythm, and today I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I don't care. This
I
feels
don't even
good.
know what I'm doing. I don't know what just happened there. She just turned into I Love Lucy. Okay.
Do you have it, Iggy?
Yeah. Dance like there's nobody watching. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That's got to be put inside the notes. Okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing that's fascinating to me is the whole concept. Let's just remember the whole point of the book is how do we live wholeheartedly? And the idea, and what's funny is that I certainly didn't plan on laughing. What I'm going to say, though, is that we laugh a lot. Patty and I laugh a lot. And I think Trinity has actually said, I remember Trinity actually used to record us laughing. We would laugh at different things. Yeah. We would be in bed. Patty and I would be in bed, and all of a sudden we would laugh. And it has nothing to do with what you're thinking. So it was just
She's like, this is funny.
Yeah, exactly. She would say, this is gross. But what would happen is that we would watch a TV show, or we would say something to each other, and we would just start laughing. And we really enjoy laughing together. And I remember the days that Trinity used to record that stuff. And I think it's fascinating to me, because I think I'd laugh like that, or like we even did. I don't know if we recorded that, Iggy, but at the beginning of the podcast, we laugh a lot. And what's funny I can't imagine a life where you don't.
Right.
I really can't imagine a life
And it's
where
not because you're laughing because you're telling jokes.
No.
Like, it's just
life.
wholehearted living.
It's wholehearted. It's life.
Yeah.
It's like, and there's things that are funny, and we're able to laugh with each other, at each other. Now you have to have enough, some of you that might be coming from abusive backgrounds and stuff like that, you might not be in a safe place, but that's the point, is to find those safe places, because we need that. And one day in the future, we're going to talk about relationships and those kind of things. But right now, the idea for us as individuals is that idea of being able to just, and we laugh, you and I laugh, we laugh all the time about just stupid stuff. It just doesn't matter.
It's interesting that you just said that, because I really do remember something Mom said to me many, many, many years ago, pre-Peter. She would say, I didn't realize what dark place you were in until you were out of it, and I don't remember the last time I heard you laugh. And so it's very interesting that you said that, because sometimes there isn't laughter in.
So it's almost like what you're saying there is it's a sign. If you're not laughing, there's probably something going on.
Right.
There's probably it's like you got to reverse engineer that to say what is going on.
Right.
And it's not about, some people will say it's taking life seriously. Well, I take life seriously, and I take this seriously, and blah, blah, blah. And the truth of the matter is that you can be what's funny is that I don't think a lot of people always take me seriously, because I joke about everything, like Peter.
Yes.
Peter, I mean,
you guys are two peas in a pod.
Yeah,
seriously.
we joke about everything. But on the other hand, when I'm working with someone in life coaching and doing stuff, I'm I don't want to say I'm serious, because that sounds like it's like, oh, just, let's get to business. But things are very important to me. I value certain things, and it's important for me that people really do and genuinely experience. I hate being so cliche, but wholehearted living. That people really do get over some of the obstacles that are preventing them from living the life that they're intended to live. And so I'm going to do whatever I can for that to take place. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the life that we have. And laughing is, I don't know. I love to laugh. I love to feel, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's not part of this guidepost.
Well, I mean, we're talking about laughter in general, but I mean, she talks about singing and she talks about dancing, because those are all different ways to release or to feel things. But just smiling in general brings a mood or it takes a mood away, if
Yes.
you will. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to, what's funny is I just did a little Instagram thing. I have taken a break on doing my little things because of school and being so busy. But I was reading a different book. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting was just the idea of when you see somebody who's smiling, it changes your mood.
Yeah.
You know, if you go into a grocery store and the person is frowning and just like, I hate my job, I hate
Right.
you, and I hate life.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
kind of like, I just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
The person looks at you and smiles. Everything changes about that experience. It's the most ridiculous thing, but that's all it is. That's all
It's
they
just
did.
a smile.
You're still
Yeah.
paying for your groceries. Still cost the same. Everything is the same, but that smile changes the experience for both of you. That person, it reacts differently to you, and I just recognize that for me, at least. I think it's something that we can actually fake ourselves into, meaning when we smile and when we, it's like all of a sudden it changes something in our brains where we are engaging more of those endorphins.
I agree. And it's funny you said the fake yourself, because there have been times that I've been on my way to work with a crazy morning and it's just been rush, 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 especially now with the new puppy. It's like getting all these things done before I walk out, and driving to work going, oh my God, I got to get there. I'm almost going to be late, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I legit make myself smile. I legit think of something and make myself smile. And she brings songs into this. I will put the radio on and make sure I'm finding a song that I really, really like. And I
Yeah.
will start singing to it, and immediate mood change. Like, it's crazy. It's
Right.
weird. It's just,
Well, what's fascinating to me about the music part that she says that I find fascinating is, so, you know, I obviously, as a pastor for many, many years, I come from a worship background. And although there's times when I just love worship music. I really love to just listen to it, because what I love about it is it has words that are encouraging. Like, they're not words that bring me down.
yeah.
On the other hand, I love Rihanna and her, what's that song that she did when we won the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
I have no idea.
It's so hard to remember all the Super Bowls that we've been winning recently. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
so bad because I don't know any Rihanna
no,
songs.
what's that Rihanna song? It's so fun. But
Unless
anyway,
I do, but I don't know
the
if
point
she
is
sings
that
We found love.
we found love. We found love. Oh my God, so fun. But here's the thing although that song makes me feel good, I don't remember what it says. Obviously, I can't remember the title. When I listen to worship music, it kind of brings me up because there's words. But what I also recognize is the beat, the movement, everything about the actual song gets you going. And I'm fascinated by the fact that when many years ago, before I ever considered any kind of like Taylor Swift type concert, and I would always just think of the church type concerts. But then when you see people in like a Taylor Swift concert, they're having a very similar experience. There's something about music. There's something about that connection that changes people, and it engages you. And I have to admit, I'm envious because I speak. If you guys aren't aware of this, I like to talk, and and so everybody's dying. Okay, so I like to talk. But what's fascinating is when I talk, you guys hear this once and it's over. Musicians get to do the same song over and over and over again and make significant impact every single time they do it.
It's funny you said that, because I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a not fan. I just don't really follow her and whatever. But all that to say, when Mazzy and Nicole went to her show and Nicole showed me some of the videos, I was like, it is amazing. The camaraderie.
It's a spiritual
It
experience.
really is.
Yes.
And it almost brings a tear to your eye to see the whole crowd singing the same words with such
And
enthusiasm.
her words are what, they might not necessarily be glorifying God for lack
I
of
don't
better
even
words.
know what her words are, to be honest with you, because I don't follow a lot of her songs. I know a lot of the older songs that Mazzy would make me listen to when I took her to school back in the day. But all I know is it brings joy to people.
Yes.
Like people, and there's such a
They resonate
connection
with you. Yes.
People are walking around and they're like, we're here together, and you don't even know who this person is, but we're all here in this venue, and it's
No,
amazing.
it's amazing. It's amazing when you consider we went to an Ed Sheeran concert not long ago, and our seats weren't the greatest, so the sound wasn't the greatest, but I'm still blown away by the fact that we're all into the same music, and he's absolutely amazing. But when we're listening to this concert, I'm thinking of all these songs that I know and what they mean to, and they do mean something to me. They don't necessarily have the same meaning as other songs, but they still impact me, and it's a visceral experience. It's not just an experience of let me listen to the notes. Well, there's something that actually happens to me
and
inside.
I think she even brings this up in the book, if I remember correctly, that she talks about it just takes you back to a time because I was a huge Journey fan when Journey first came out, and I never got to see Journey in person with Steve Perry. I finally got to go to a concert where there was another singer, and I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but he did sound a lot like Steve Perry. That said, as soon as the song came out, as soon as the songs came on and I was listening to them, and we had bad seats, so looking down, it looked like Steve Perry because he still had the longer hair and everything. It just took me back to high school days and just a memory of it all. And so song brings people together for whatever reason. It could bring people together. It can bring your memories together. But it has an impact. And
well, and the point, and which I'm thrilled that we're just talking in general instead of focusing on one thing. But what were you going to say, Iggy? You're going to introduce something. Who is it?
Oh, well, what you guys are talking about just reminded me of. Do you know who Dave Grohl is?
Yes,
oh, yeah,
absolutely.
He had a quote where he said, "You sing a song to 85,000 people, and you're gonna hear 85,000 different reasons back."
Oh, I love that. That's very fun.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Also,
Iggy, it's not your podcast, for God's sake.
No, I want to hear it.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it too. I'm just kidding.
The movie Dead Poet Society, there's one scene where Robin Williams' character says, "Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for."
Oh my God, that makes me tear up.
Actually,
I'm actually crying.
No, it's funny that you said that because look, there's a note right here. Where is it? I wrote, "I'm crying." I was literally reading this and I'm like, I'm crying because crying. Love this because this whole guidepost was amazing to me. I mean, what a way to finish this book.
No, it's so wonderful. And remember, guys, what we're talking about is how do you want to live the most wholehearted life that you can possibly live? Well, it's cultivating laughter. If you're not laughing, something's wrong. If you're not able to sing. Now, what's funny is she does say the three things. Laughter is something that a lot of people can do. Song is something people could do, especially if you're in your car. Dancing, I don't know what happened to my voice, is something that is hard to do. And then she goes right into, for me, what has to do with dancing, letting go of being cool and always in control.
And it was and she mentioned how it was like more prominent in men that like, I'm not going to put myself out there to be judged.
No.
It was like a very, very proud thing. And I was going to be in control of it because I didn't want to be uncool. If you will.
I don't even know for men. I'm not going to say, I'm not sure I agree with it about being cool. I mean, I guess it's,
I think it
has to do with control though.
Control thing. But I don't think if somebody is saying like, I don't want to look uncool, you don't want to put yourself out there to be judged. And I think in some respects, girls are more like, I don't care what people think, and just.
Well, and almost like girls are admired when they're able to be freaky, like a little, not freaky. That
I know what you're saying though.
But girls are, what's that? Fun. Yeah. When they're just fun, it's like everybody admires that. When a guy is like that, you kind of at least in the old days, you would think there's something wrong. And we were joking about the fact that all I can say is my mom and dad just had a anniversary party, and for me, I totally forgot about the fact that I don't dance. I just dance. Yeah. It was like I just dance. I remember when we did the conga line. I don't know who started it. It was Brian, I think, or somebody. But we did the line where everybody went around the whole place, and it was just like I just didn't care. Right. I just so wanted to have fun.
Well, I said this a few podcasts ago. Like I have a party in my head, and you're like, what? You have a party in your head. Are you on drugs? But there are times that I will legit just start moving and just doing a weird thing. And then, of course, if I'm with Kylie, she's like, "Oh my God, mommy, stop." You know, Peter laughs. Nicole will chime in with me. But there's just many times that I'm in that mood. But I digress because I love the story she told about her daughter, Ellen.
Oh, I know. I love that story. Go ahead.
So she takes her daughter to Nordstrom. They're exchanging shoes. And evidently her daughter, I think her daughter's 8, hears a song in the next,
Doesn't matter.
department.
She hears a song.
She decides to start dancing to the song Robot, no
Robot
less.
style.
No,
Robot style.
yeah. But
Which I'm guessing at 8 years old, she's not like really good at it.
right?
That's what
Maybe
I'm
not.
guessing.
Yeah, I'm thinking not. I'm thinking
Thinking
she's
not
just,
based on the rest of the story.
yes. So she has, as mom, who is Brene Brown, she's looking at her daughter dancing, thinking, okay, what are these other people who are
Yeah,
dressed
because that's
very,
the part. Yeah, go for it.
they're dressed very, very nicely. They almost, the way she describes them, looks maybe pretentious. And then their kids the same.
It's mother-daughters who look like they belong in a very expensive place, and they dress and act like that,
right.
seemingly.
And Brene, the way she describes it, she went in, she's like, I'm going to run in quickly and grab this and we're going to leave. And then that's when her daughter said, but wait, I need to exchange these shoes. And so she's like, okay, well, we'll go do that too. Anyway, so her daughter Ellen starts dancing the robot to this one particular song. And Brene happens to see the way the other moms and the girls are looking at her daughter dancing. And she almost wants to...
Because now she has a choice.
Yeah. And she almost wants to, from what I gather, like tell her, stop. People are looking at you. Because that she wants to protect her, basically.
You look ridiculous. Stop. Come over here, sweetheart.
Yes. She
Come over here,
wants to
sweetheart.
protect her.
Yeah.
Like people are watching you and they're judging you right now. But what does she say? And she notices, the girl Ellen notices that these girls are watching her, and she stops in mid-dance and says, Mommy, what do I do? And she goes, choose Ellen, be on her side.
Brene says that.
Brene says, choose Ellen, be on her side. So basically, choose yourself. You do what you're doing. And that's where I put in parentheses crying. I love this.
Yeah.
Because then suddenly Brene is telling her, okay, what you need to do is snap your arms and you need to drag this.
You
and
need
you need
to do the scarecrow. You need to do the scarecrow. I don't even know what that is, but she's goes.
I don't even know either, but I love it.
Oh, it made me cry.
Same.
Because she just basically said, you know what? Screw looking good in front of these other moms and daughters.
Yep.
It's like, it's about my daughter. And it's not even just about her daughter, although it is, but it's really also about saying, you know what's important is that my daughter understands and learns that, yes, doing these kind of things are going to make it so that you have a wholehearted life.
Yeah.
The people that's living that reserved, protected life are the ones that are missing out.
100%. Because these girls are probably looking at her like saying, look at that quote unquote uncool girl.
Yeah.
You know, and in the meantime, this girl is enjoying life. She doesn't care if she's on a dance floor or a department store. She's going to have fun.
I'm going to talk like those girls. I'm going to be those girls. I'm not those girls. And I have no idea exactly what they're thinking. But I will say this. I have judged those people when I was in high school. I didn't do it as an adult. As an adult, I thought, I learned this. But as a high schooler, for sure, I would look at people and judge them. But then way down deep in my mind, I would say,
I envy that.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could go for it. And the truth of the matter is, it wasn't until I was 40-some. When did she get married?
When did who get married?
Your daughter.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we can laugh about that.
Nicole got married like 5 years ago.
I was 49. Oh my God. If you didn't hear that, it was just my sister burping. Excuse me. Okay. But anyway, it wasn't until I was 49 years old that I finally decided that it was okay for me to dance. And I don't know if I like the word regret because I just don't like that word. But so I guess I regret. I really wish I would have started dancing 100 years ago.
Well, you know, and I never had a problem dancing because I love dancing and I really even though I would go in the middle of people, I would still dance. But now I don't care if I'm in the middle or in the outskirts or wherever I am. But with karaoke, for example, the singing, you know, I would sit there and I would listen to my husband who sings amazingly.
He is amazing.
And he would sing. And then I'm like, I'm not going to follow that. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing. And then one day I was like, I want to sing. I know I don't have a great voice, but I want to sing. And I would just like, who cares what people think? I want to have fun.
Yeah,
and
I'm
it took
not
a
there
while. No, I'm just saying it took a while. It took a while for you to get on the dance floor. It took a while for me to want to sing and just not care what people thought about it. And now I listen to people that karaoke that can't carry a tune. And I'm like, they're having fun.
I will say this. One thing I'm very grateful for is that for the most part, when I did look at people, even if it was a little judging, for the most part, I always said, it's so very cool that they're doing it.
Yes.
It's so very cool that they're going for it. I still don't do karaoke, but I'll be honest with you, it's because I don't know songs and the songs, and so
they have the words right there.
I know, but it doesn't matter if you know them. It's like if you
don't know how it goes,
if you don't know how it goes,
yeah.
it's like I really don't know how it goes half of the time. But one day I'm going to do it.
Maybe you should do worship
I'm going to
songs.
sing. No, I would do more worship songs. I would do the guy that I like. What's that guy's name?
Ed Sheeran?
Patty.
Brown?
James Taylor.
Oh,
I love James Taylor. But nobody else does.
You sing that song, I got a peaceful, easy feeling.
Isn't that John Denver?
Oh, never mind. I don't know who that is.
No. What's his name? James Taylor. I know. Yeah. No, anyway.
Solid ground. But it was different. You sang it with a guitar.
Okay. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Are you American? Okay. No, I think the thing is that I think the thing that the point that I really want to get at is I'm far from perfect. What I do, in fact, really love to do is okay, here it is, Fire and Rain. See, here you go. See, everybody, I don't know if we're going to have to pay for this.
Oh, I love this song.
This is a great song.
This
See, I
is
would
a
sing this song.
Swenson's song.
Swenson's?
Remember
You're talking about the ice cream place from 150 years ago?
They used to always play that song in there.
Anyway, what I will say is that what I love about this particular guidepost is it's the idea that we need to just abandon all those things that prevent us from really enjoying life. I honestly can tell you 100%, one of the things, besides the fact that my wife is beautiful and kind, is that she doesn't have a lot of pretense and she loves to laugh. She loves to play and she just loves life. I really love being
She
with my wife.
does. No, for real.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing I would always say about Patty is that I know this is off the guidepost, but but I feel like she does live wholeheartedly because she's one of those people that when she walks in a room, she's like, "Hi." You know, there's never a like, "Hi, I'm here." And I don't think it's ever fake.
It's not.
Because I have seen a real side of you when you've walked in with less than.
If she's not happy, she's willing to share it, but she doesn't make you feel unhappy. She just is going to let you know where she's really at. So, sorry. Now I'm crying.
She's crying. All right, so then let me think. How can I
Yeah, how can we change this? Hey, let's talk about you burping. Burp again.
Okay, so this
That's my wife.
guidepost, I'm not gonna lie, is really good. If I didn't read all the other guideposts, I loved this one because it really tells you to abandon
Fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, it's about, and then I have to tell you, there's two kinds of podcasts I listen to. I love to learn something. I really do love learning something. And then I would say all the other podcasts I listen to are funny because I love to laugh. And so
That's good.
for me,
listen to
it's
those.
really, really fun to laugh and just, and sometimes it's kind of like mean. What I mean, no, not mean. I mean, it's irreverent. And so I'm not going to recommend any particular person, but what I'm going to say is it still makes me laugh. And the laughing for me, I mean, literally sometimes I'm working out and listening to something that really makes me laugh. And it's so funny. Oh yeah, you just told the story about us. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so funny.
So Valerie was listening to our podcast and starting to laugh about a few weeks ago when we talked about accents, and she started laughing. And what, if you don't know, is several weeks ago she did the exact same thing, and somebody said, "Why are you laughing?"
Yeah, I'm listening to my podcast. I did the same thing at the gym this morning. Or yesterday morning or whatever. I was listening to it, and something was
so
funny.
Look,
but no, I have to just point this out, like where she says there, a lot of it is just feeling like you have to be in control. And sometimes you just have to let loose and not be in control. You have to just let your hair hang down.
You let your hair down. You have to let your hair down. That's all you have to say.
Okay, this quote, being in control isn't always about the desire to manipulate, or is, oh, I'm so sorry. Being in control isn't always about the desire to manipulate situations, but often it's about the need to manage the perception. And so that rings like so much truth to me, because sometimes you just don't want to have your perception changed.
No, absolutely. I think for times when we are more concerned, not with, wholehearted living, but we're concerned about how people perceive us. Mm-hmm. And the idea of this particular one is to say, you know what, if this is part of the perception that people have of you, great.
Yeah.
It's actually good for them to see this, and actually most people envy it, because if they're anything like me, I might have been sitting there in high school looking at you thinking, oh my God, you can't dance, but way down deep I was thinking, I wish I had the guts.
Do that. Exactly.
I wish I had the guts.
I've had people walk up to me and say things like, I just wish I had your courage, and they're not telling me I'm a good dancer or a good singer or whatever. I just wish I had your courage. I'm like, well, just do it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
So, folks, get delivered. If we believe that laughter, song, and dance are essential to our soul care, how do we make sure that we hold space for them in our lives? One thing that we've started doing is turning on music in the kitchen while we do a family cleanup after supper. We dance and sing, which in turn always leads to a good laugh.
Get inspired. I love making themed playlists, groups of songs that I want to listen to when I'm feeling a certain way. I have everything from a playlist called God on the iPod to Run Like You Mean It. My favorite is my Authentic Me list, the songs that make me feel the most like I'm myself.
And I would also add some podcasts where they're just fun. They're just funny. They just make you laugh and do that. Get going, dare to be goofy, dance every day for 5 minutes, make a playlist of songs to sing along with in the car, watch that fun TikTok video that makes you laugh every single time. So, folks, we went a little long today. I hope you enjoyed it. We're very glad you're with us. At Benny Gonzalez, if you would like to send us a message. We're going to start a new series in a couple of weeks, so we'd love to hear from you and whatever you might have to say. Iggy, we're always glad that you're here. And Valerie, you are at?
Iggy. I'm at A Daily Dose of Cocoa.
So we would love to hear from you folks. We're actually going to introduce a podcast Instagram page, and we'd love for you to like it, share it with other folk, because we would like to start posting some things in there that would deal with wholehearted living, right?
Right, exactly.
So thank you so much for listening. We're glad you're here.
Have a great week. Bye.
Ciao.